Would you rather pay $100,000 to a Salesforce consultant or build your own custom software? I'll wait to hear your response through the camera. I can hear you talking to me. What would you rather? I just had a client who got quoted $100,000 by a Salesforce consultant to implement Salesforce. Simply to implement Salesforce and to make sure that it fits into the business and configure it and what have you. For those of you who aren't familiar with what Salesforce is, it's a sales CRM, started off as a sales CRM. Now it's one of the largest software companies in the world, if not the largest. And Salesforce is used primarily by big enterprise companies that are elephants, that are extremely slow moving, that are just archaic, right? It's a very configurable software, obviously, and it takes a degree to learn how to use it if you're non-technical. Therefore, there is an entire industry built off the back of consultants who help companies like my clients implement Salesforce in their company. Before AI came, custom software was incredibly expensive, and $100,000 for a Salesforce consultant would make a lot of sense. AI has now come and shattered the way that we build software, the way that we engineer, the way that we code, right? Therefore, the cost and time it takes, the complexity it takes, the cost and time it takes to build custom software has gone down. The complexity of building them has also gone down. And the reliability of building them is going up if you know how to do it right and you have the right team around you. So when I look at a $100,000 Salesforce implementation quote, my brain is just fried. My brain fries because we quote less than that to build the first two parts of very, very solid custom software. And I just want to compare both options for you so that you don't fall into the trap of going down Salesforce implementation fees. And it's not just Salesforce. I know Salesforce does this, there's NetSuite. Then you have things like Odoo, which is a terrible, terrible user experience set of apps. Shocking. People are also getting quoted 100K plus to implement Odoo into their company. I mean, it really starts to hurt my brain. $100,000 goes such a long way in custom software, and let's compare both. Let's compare engineering. Salesforce has their own engineers. These consultants have their own specialist or consultants, whatever, right? You're always at the mercy of the third-party software, third-party consultants' queue of work that needs to get done. So assume that you want a feature or a module added. You have to go to your consultant, say I want this stuff added, or you have to go to Salesforce and put a feature request. It's the same for any off-the-shelf tool. You don't dictate the roadmap of some other company, right? You don't get that. You don't get the ability to do that. When you build custom software, you are commissioning the entire thing. So you dictate exactly what features exist from day one, but also what features you want moving forward. You have complete control you have complete control and influence over what that is, right? So if you want a feature tomorrow, you can get a feature tomorrow. That can't be the case when you go with third-party software. So that's one of the most important things, the engineering roadmap. You own it completely. The second thing let's talk about is cost. Salesforce yearly contracts are huge and they scale up with more and more users that you have in your business, right? God knows what these consultants are going to charge you as your company scales and grows even more, right? The cost of building custom software is a one-off build fee to get the bulk of the thing done initially, and then some ongoing mandatory care and management, right? That would also be there and be needed. But it's not going to scale the way that Salesforce scales, and it's not going to be the cost of what the Salesforce cost is. If the software is built well, you need a very low tariff to manage that software, and you have so much more flexibility because you're essentially paying wholesale price for infrastructure, right? Like you're paying Microsoft or AWS directly for the infrastructure, then you pay some small management care fee to make sure that the system doesn't shit itself. So the cost is far cheaper to clearly build because the implementation cost of this Salesforce and these systems is higher than the custom builds in the first place. So it's cheaper to build them now, and it's going to be cheaper to run and operate them. So already there, custom software is winning. The score is 2-0. And what else is there? There's, so we had engineering, we had the cost, and then, I mean, the design itself. There's only so much you can do when you're using someone else's system. Yeah, Salesforce is very configurable, great. But are you telling me it's more configurable than something you've built literally brick by brick? You own the entire architecture on how this thing looks and operates. Which one do you think is going to fit your business better at the end of the day? I needed to make a YouTube video just to go through this and explain the differences between this, because as you grow, more often than not, I can guarantee that consultants like this will reach out to you, and you may fall into their traps. And if your systems are disconnected and you're looking for that kind of silver bullet and that best setup, you have to consider building something custom if you haven't already. If you want to learn a bit more about how to build custom software, how we build custom software for our clients, we've done it over 73 times in our business over the last 3 years. You can just reach out to me and book a call below. But yeah, I hope you found value from the video, and I will see you in the next one.